The Rabbit Hole Diary. Welcome in. Come closer, beloved wanderer of the deeper things. Pull your chair closer to the glow. Take a breath, and let that spark behind your ribs settle. Tonight, we're not shrinking back from emotion. We're studying the fire God Himself placed within us. Because some heat harms, but some heat heals. The fire we don't talk about. Here's the thing most people won't admit. Anger isn't the enemy. Unmanaged anger is. You know what else is dangerous? Misdiagnosed anger. The kind you call overreacting, when it's actually your spirit whispering, something is wrong here. We've been conditioned, especially in the Christian world, to treat anger like a contagious disease. But the Bible doesn't say, do not feel anger. It says, be angry and do not sin. Ephesians 4 verse 26. That verse does not cancel anger. It controls the aim. There's a kind of anger that is holy, a fire that doesn't scorch the earth, but burns through deception, injustice, manipulation, and spiritual fog. The kind that Jesus Himself carried with perfect control. Let's travel deeper. There's a difference between wounded anger and holy anger. Wounded anger reacts fast, seeks protection, explodes or shuts down, comes from old scars and unmet needs, speaks in past tense pain. Holy anger is slow, intentional, sharp in clarity, seeks justice, not revenge, defends the vulnerable, comes from spiritual alignment, not emotional chaos, speaks in present tense, truth. Here's how you can tell them apart. Wounded anger says, how dare you hurt me? Holy anger says, how dare you harm what God calls good? One is self-protection, the other is spiritual discernment, and both feel like heat, because heat is the messenger. Jesus wasn't passive, He was precious. We love the gentle Jesus, the Lamb, the Comforter. But Scripture also gives us the Jesus who flipped tables, confronted corruption, called out hypocrisy, refused manipulation, drew firm boundaries, raised His voice when righteousness demanded it, and still, He never sinned, because His anger wasn't emotional chaos, it was spiritual clarity. It was spiritual clarity. Zeal from your house consumes me. John 2 verse 17. Not rage, not bitterness, zeal. Zeal is love sharpened, a holy fire. The psychology of holy anger. Let me nerd you out for a second. You know I can't resist. Science says anger is one of the only emotions that increases focus, rises courage, strengthens conviction, clarifies boundaries, reveals non-negotiables. In psychology, anger often signals a value has been violated, a boundary has been crossed, a truth has been suppressed, a need has been ignored, a shadow is being exposed. Holy anger works the same, but with supernatural insight. It doesn't want to destroy people, it wants to destroy the lie. when God lights the match. Sometimes God will stir a quiet fury inside you to show you. This situation is not aligned with my will. This relationship is draining what I didn't give away. This environment is dimming your spirit. This injustice needs your voice. This boundary is overdue. This version of you is too small now. Holy anger is divine disruption. Is it heaven tapping your shoulders saying, I need you awake right now? There are moments when God uses fire to save you. Sometimes He lets something burn so you don't burn out. What holy anger produces. Holy anger will never leave you bitter. It will leave you braver. It produces clarity, sobriety, alignment, strength, wisdom, courage, discernment, protection, purpose. Where wounded anger leads to destruction, holy anger leads to transformation. Where wounded anger lashes out, holy anger rises up. If your anger is holy, you will know by what it builds. Holy anger doesn't break things, it frees things. Holy anger doesn't ruin relationships, it reveals their real structure. Holy anger doesn't demand control, it restores order. Holy anger says, enough, because God is calling me higher. It builds altars where wounds used to be. It creates boundaries where manipulation used to live. It clears the fog so truth can breathe again. Let the right fire burn. So here's my question for you. What fire is burning in you right now? A fire of old wounds? Or a fire lit by heaven? Because one consumes you, and the other consumes the darkness around you. Holy anger is not the rage of the wounded. It is the flame of the awakened. The fire God placed in your soul when it's time to rise, to protect, to guard, to speak, to choose truth. So tonight, as you step away from this episode, remember, you are not meant to be cold. You are not meant to be silent. You were designed with fire on purpose. And sometimes the holiest thing you can do is let it burn. And that's it for this episode. Until next time, Wanderer.